70 to 80% of the human population has herpes. That's global. That's the global statistic right there. And then when you talk about Americans, it's 90% of Americans have herpes. And the reason is why? Why are those numbers so damn high? And the reason is because herpes belong to the zoster family of viruses. So the zoster family of viruses are viruses that are originated from animals, right? And what a virus is, remember, that virus is ribonucleic acid, RNA, all right? So when winter comes now, you see people breaking out with cold sores, right? We call it cold sores, but guess what? What you don't know is that's herpes. That's a class of herpes. There's many different forms of herpes because herpes mutate because the body always adapts and, antigens then try to eliminate the herpes, right? So now a form of it is cold sores. And when you get cold sores, what you're seeing is that you're in virulence, right? For the people who have hardcore herpes, how do they get it in their bodies? How do the ones who get cold sores get it in their bodies? It's from your diet. It's from the foods. Remember, herpes is a zoster family virus, meaning that it's coming in your food, in that burger you like, in the lamb that you like, in the steaks you like. You're eating viral code, and then you have ligands that then go and activate that virus because the ligands attach to glycoprotein receptors B, H, and D, all right? So you have a virus. This virus is nothing but dead code, straight up dead code. It's not activated in your body, none at all, right? But it's in there. It needs something to activate it called ligands. These ligands are now unicellular spores, yeast, or bacteria, all right? The ligands now hunt down the different RNA codes of herpes and puts it together like a block of Tetris. And then now it attaches to a cell, to a compromised cell, through the amino profile of the compromised cell and gets inside of the cell environment. What it then does is that it hijacks the cell's process of translation and transcription and then makes mutated forms of collagen on the parts of your body which have a lot of lipids, like your lips and like your phallus, like your genital area, all right? So when you're dealing with HSV, when you're dealing with herpes, what you have to avoid is histidine, guanine, arginine, and what else? And asparagine, all right? You want to avoid these things because this is fuel for the ligands. This is fuel for the ligands, all right? And it's fuel for the herpes, vice versa. So you want to dodge foods with that. Foods that are normally very good for you, like sea moss, like avocado, like coconuts, are full of glycoproteins. And what was that? Tomatoes, onions, full of arginine now, right? So you want to avoid those things. When you have HSV herpes and you have warts is a form of herpes, all right? And that's why I started this video saying that 70 to 80% of the population globally has herpes. And so the way to heal is to know how to eat and to take proper plant compounds that will now lower arginine, lower histidine, lower stress hormones, and then lower the amount of estrogen in your body because herpes can also enter the cells through estrogen. And it was actually shown in the case of breast cancer where they took a cancer cell, put it into a petri dish of a woman that had breast cancer, and normally the herpes use the histidine, arginine, and these things to get inside of the cell, but in this particular case, it was able to get into the cell via HER2 factor, which is the stress hormone, right? So that's the thing to know with herpes, guys. If you guys have any problems with herpes, let me know, and we're here to help. Peace.